I love you. I love you so much.
Let me see you 1, 2 strike.
Nice, there we go.
When you have a family, feeling that your future is financially secure means everything.
All of our expenses are just really adding up.
Mommy, can we get a cotton candy? Can we get popcorn?
You know, we're going day by day, no real plan.
Our daughter's just about to go to college in a couple years.
My fear was not being able to retire.
I'm Jacqueline Shattuck, a certified financial planner. I'm teaming up with advisors at Mutual of Omaha to do what we do best, helping families by designing a financial plan that fits their unique lifestyle.
We're going to design a plan so your family can have financial security.
It's great to have something that's so tailored for our family and our situation.
We're giving real families a unique opportunity to have a team of advisors uncover strategies to help them achieve their financial goals.
Maybe $2,000 a month, that could lead to about $2 million of retirement assets.
It feels like a unique opportunity to have this team of people put a plan together for us.
Together, we'll empower these families to reach for their dreams $1 at a time. This is My Money Planners.
Tell us great. It's about to food.
Put the tortoises back. We have to get ready for school. You guys are going to be late. We are the Moore family. There's 5 of us here.
Mine has holes in it.
A dog, 2
tortoises.
tortoises. I'm exhausted by 9 a.m. and the day hasn't actually started.
My hair is growing.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Sure.
Today, I'm meeting with Martin and Natasha Moore. They live in Fullerton, California with their 3 kids.
Seeing our kids happy makes me feel happy. There's nothing better in the world.
We love taking the kids out every weekend to do fun activities, create a lot of memories for them to look back and think that they had a good childhood.
But those family outings have led to a lot of spending.
Mommy, can we get popcorn?
And it's not like a $2 thing of popcorn.
And then we have to buy tickets, games, rides, and food. All of our expenses are just really adding up.
If I get the mail and I see a bill there, I'll probably just put it away.
Panic
I
attack.
don't want to look at it.
They're now $20,000 in credit card debt.
I feel very uncertain about the future.
And they're not on track for retirement.
We don't have a retirement plan.
Their college fund is very small.
Go wash your face, brush your teeth.
Their 3-bedroom house is feeling very cramped.
We would hope to get a bigger home, but I don't think that's realistic at all.
I'm overwhelmed with all of the things that we need, and I don't know where to start.
At this point, we're just winging it.
We're just really stuck, and we need some help.
We're excited to meet with Jacqueline so we can get a plan going.
With the right financial plan tailored to their family, I'm sure we can help. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
I'm excited to chat with you today.
Heading into our meeting with Jacqueline, I'm a little apprehensive. I don't know if anyone can help our situation.
Can you share a little bit more about your dreams and goals for financial planning?
Goals, I mean, right now it's just sort of get out of financial debt. If we combine our credit cards, it's probably like $20,000 worth of credit cards.
I'm going to try to understand all of the factors that have led to the Moores being in debt in the first place. Do you guys think that there's areas that you can cut back in?
Yeah, I think that's a conversation that maybe I'm just not ready to approach, or maybe it's just a scary topic. When my kids ask me to give them something, I want to give them everything. I don't want to say no. I think that it's because I grew up without my mother in my life. I know what it's like to not have a mom, and I don't want them to feel that ever.
There's often an understandable emotional reason for why we've made the choices we've made. For Natasha, being able to share experiences and buy things for her kids is very important to her. But their spending seems to be putting them into debt.
We'll pay it off, we're very happy, get rid of these bills, and then slowly we start getting back into it. It's like this continuous cycle, and then, things go wrong. There's plumbing issues that we have at the house. Heater goes out.
The car broke down.
The car breaks down.
When they get hit with an expense like Martin's car breaking down, they don't have an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses. How do you guys feel about income?
So I make about $70,000 salary, and then my commission can be anywhere from like $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
And for you, Natasha?
I'm a legal assistant. I'm hourly, and I make about $50,000 a year. Because we have such hectic lives, we have chosen jobs that have given us that flexibility.
And if we didn't work from home, we wouldn't be able to do
There
it.
would be no time.
We don't think there's enough money coming in to cover what we're spending.
So that's goal number 1. Look into ways to address the Moore's debt. I'm brainstorming ideas with some of Mutual of Omaha's advisors about how to address the Moore spending and get them out of this debt cycle. The Moore family came to us and they want to end that debt cycle. There's about $20,000 in credit card debt right now.
I'm so grateful that this family took the first step, which is, hey, I need help. How do I start now?
What worries me is the interest rate to pay on the credit card debt.
So what other options do we have?
It's my least favorite, but one way that can help them is to take a loan against their 401k because the interest rate is much lower.
And the interest they're paying it back to themselves, to the 401k, which is
yes, that goes back to
as
them.
opposed to paying into the institution.
That seems like a
Yes.
great option.
Paying off debt with a 401k loan seems drastic, but reducing their monthly interest payments takes off some pressure and allows them to build up cash in an emergency fund. Now I'd like to address their next goal, planning for their family's financial future. Now let's look to the future. What are your plans and what are you hoping to accomplish?
I mean, I'd like to retire at some point.
I'm gonna be 40 next year. If I don't start planning now, it's really gonna come up, out of nowhere.
I mean, we both have 401ks through work. We're not super savvy on, how much to put. I contribute about 6%, and then my company also matches 6% of that.
Even small contributions now can lead to big results for retirement. We have our retirement accounts that are starting to go. You also have college accounts for the kids.
Very small. I don't think they would cover
I don't think
much
it'll cover the
tuition.
books.
They're in their late 30s now and they want to be able to retire at 65. What should they do?
If we are able to carve out about $1,000 a month, they can have a good retirement income because they have the time ahead of them.
$1,000 more per month would help them to accumulate possibly $1.5 million in 30 years.
$1,000 sounds like a lot. Sheldon, do you think that's doable for them?
Switching out the credit card debt for the 401k loan, after they pay that off, I mean, maybe we start a little bit lower with a plan to work towards 1,000.
And if they're intentional about their spending, maybe that can create a little bit of a balance to reach their goal.
There you go.
Now, on to life insurance. Have you considered life insurance for the two of you?
We have. It was actually one of the first things we discussed when we found out we were pregnant.
We definitely need to reassess our current life insurance policies.
You said your family's not here.
My grandparents raised me. They passed away. My grandma passed tragically.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I lost my parents as well, and they didn't have, life insurance. And we kind of know what that feels like.
They both have histories of financial struggle after losing a loved one.
And it's now $500,000 each.
We should
if
probably
something
up
were to
it.
happen to me, you can't even pay off the house with that.
They want to make sure their kids are protected. They did just have their third child, and he's under 2 years old. We want to make sure they have adequate insurance coverage.
So I could see where this could be overwhelming because they have all these goals, right? Retirement, insurance. We need to come up with something that can help them solve multiple things into one program like an IUL.
An indexed universal life, or IUL policy, is a type of permanent life insurance that offers a death benefit and has a cash value component. The cash value can help build capital that may serve as a flexible source of cash to help fund the large expenses, such as paying for insurance premiums, college expenses, or even supplementing retirement income.
An IUL is like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, what we're seeing with these IULs, they're really flexible. They can help families in a lot of different situations. Triple duty dollars, they say.
So we're starting to form the basis of a strong financial plan here, but we have to tackle their fourth goal, getting a bigger house.
Our two daughters share a room. It's crowded in there. We want to possibly get a bigger house, more space for the family. She works in our bedroom. I work from the kitchen.
He works in the kitchen.
But the location's great. It's 5 minutes away from Disneyland.
We can see the fireworks from our house. I just don't know how we're supposed to get into a bigger house. It just seems unrealistic. Or we might be able to downgrade.
Upgrading to a larger home seems like a tall order. But let's see if the team has any ideas. They have a family of 5 living in only a 3-bedroom house. Is there flexibility in their plan to find more space?
Well, I was looking into their existing home, and they do live about 5 minutes from Disneyland, which opens an option for short-term rental. They have the potential of making about $45,000 a year in net profit.
Wow. Due to their proximity to Disneyland, turning their home into a short-term rental is a unique opportunity for them to increase their monthly income.
Now, the challenge would be they would probably need to either rent or maybe move into a different area that perhaps they can have more room for less price.
The prospect of increased monthly income could finance the larger home they need and help lift them out of debt. The advisors came up with so many great options. I'm looking forward to delivering a personalized financial plan to the Moores. So today is plan delivery day.
It feels pretty amazing knowing that we have a team helping us figure this out.
The first part of the plan, getting out of debt. There's 3 things that we can do to help you manage your debt load. The first thing we really want to do is put an end to that cycle. The Moores are in a cycle of debt, partly because they're paying so much in credit card interest every month.
Every month, we're paying about $600 worth of credit cards.
We are just paying interest, and it's not going towards anything. It's just going to the bank.
We're recommending they pay the credit card debt off by taking a loan out of their 401k. We want to tap into your 401k one last time to help you pay down this debt.
So Jacqueline came back and told us that one way to pay off our debt was to pull it out from my 401k, and that's kind of terrifying, but at the same time, I feel like it's our only option at this point.
Taking out a 401k loan can seem like a drastic solution, so the plan is to do this just this once. Because you're going to have to focus very closely on not increasing that credit card debt again and address the issues that led them into debt in the first place. And I know a lot of it was due to emergencies, so I want us to talk about building up your emergency savings fund. That way, as these new expenses arise, you don't have to go to the credit cards.
Yeah.
A good guideline is to have 6 to 12 months of expenses in an emergency fund. For the Moores, saving this could take them months, but it could help stop them from going into debt the next time, say, Martin's car breaks down.
Jacqueline told us that we should have an emergency fund to cover between 6 to 12 months of our expenses, which to me sounds crazy, but I think it's something that we need to do. Otherwise, we're going to go right back into debt.
Our goal is to see you make a hard push for the next 6 months and be very focused in on monitoring your income and your expenses so that you guys can build up that emergency savings.
So in order for us to set up the fund properly, it might feel a little restrictive, but we understand this is a long-term plan.
Next, I want to address some of their spending. I'm bringing out one of their family's favorite snacks, popcorn. One of those things that I know that you guys are spending on is those activities where you're headed out, right? This is your $10 popcorn, you've paid for it.
So Jacqueline brought out this bucket of popcorn. We had no idea what it was about. So when we looked at the price tag, it said $10.
Is it good? Is it worth $10? So flip that tag over for me and tell me if it's worth that price.
Oh wow. My God. No way.
So it's
$55,000. On the other side, it said $55,000. Which was shocking. That doesn't taste good anymore.
More than $55,000. That's how much $10 more per week in a 401k that earns 8% per year could become in retirement.
Small amount, but so big in the long run.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, you don't think about it that way.
Knowing that such a small amount can become something so big over time, it really gives me an idea of, things that we can save and cut down on to make sure that we are set up for success in the future.
That's just an example of how a small habit can have a big impact. So I know that these little small changes can add up to something really big and beautiful for you in the future.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
The visual left an image embedded in my brain to realize that it could cost a lot of money down the line.
Because if I were to put that into an investment account, how much money it could be over time, that gets me really excited.
It's time to move on to our next goal, planning for the future. I'd like to work with the Moores to make sure they're saving enough for retirement. Martin, you've been doing a really great job of putting away that 6% into your 401k and getting that match. So he's starting off in the right place. I want to share with you guys this chart.
So the red line signifies you following the same trajectory you've been on now.
As a guideline, you can expect to withdraw 4% of your retirement account per year, which would give Martin an estimated retirement income of $80,000 per year.
You can look at having about $80,000, $90,000 a year in income.
For both, right?
For both of you. In 2060, it sounds a little bit tight, right?
We won't be having any popcorn.
As they get out of debt and maybe increase their income, I'd like them to increase their monthly contributions eventually to $1,000 more per month. That may seem like a lot every month, so I want to show them how that changes their retirement projection 30 years from now.
This blue line is a representation of you guys in your new financial journey. This is you cutting back on debt. This is you being more cost conscious. If we were able to have you save about $1,000 more a month, your portfolio after 30 years would be worth about $3.5 million.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
At 4%, that would be a yearly income of $140,000.
An extra $1,000 a month now could mean an extra $50,000 a year in 30 years from now.
This is very eye-opening, and it actually outlines where we want to be in the future.
It outlines for me that the little things can add up. An extra $1,000 a month for us right now seems almost impossible. But understanding that if we do, if we're disciplined and we do this, in 30 years from now, it's going to have a lot more impact.
The Moores want to protect their family with life insurance.
Life insurance is extremely important to us. It's non-negotiable.
Well, especially because we don't have any additional family members. We are their lifeline.
And they'd like to help pay for college, all while saving for retirement. That's a lot of goals to be planning for at once.
One product that I want you guys to consider is indexed universal life insurance. It's one tool that has multiple uses, right? So if you are here and living and need to tap into the policy for college or for retirement, you'll have the option to do so. But if you don't need it while you're here and you pass away, then your family will be able to collect that benefit and it's completely tax-free.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that was an option.
I always thought it was all separate.
I always thought you just pay for life insurance and whether you use it or not, it kind of goes away.
In their situation, it's perfect because it allows the Moores dollars to do double or triple duty.
I am so excited to look into these policies to see what they look like for us.
Now, the Moores still have one more goal. Getting a bigger house. Getting a bigger house may seem a bit out of reach for Martin and Natasha at a time where they're struggling to make ends meet.
So you guys have this really unique and I would consider awesome situation.
They're just 5 minutes from Disneyland, so close that their neighborhood is a prime spot for vacation rentals.
You have the opportunity, since you're in this unique space, to be able to rent your house out on a short-term vacation rental site.
A rental income? I had not thought about that.
And you have the potential to earn some of the highest income in the entire country.
God.
There's potential for you guys to net about $45,000 a year after your expenses are all said and done.
That's crazy.
Seeing the value in our house for the short-term rental was just mind-blowing.
You guys might be sitting on a little gold mine.
Wow, that is a gold mine, but oh my goodness, I didn't realize.
The idea of getting an extra $40,000 a year was insane.
Now, of course, this begs the question of where will you live?
Right. So where do we go?
What will be next?
They'd have to find a new place to live, but with their current home payments covered by the rental revenue, they'd be able to rent or eventually buy another home. And if they move to a less expensive neighborhood further from Disney, they could afford a larger home.
Could mean more space for you, which is one of the goals you said you wanted.
That would be amazing. I felt relieved knowing that there were things that really were kind of tailored to us.
This unique solution helps them reach for goals that may have seemed impossible.
Today, we gave you a lot of options about what you can do moving forward for your financial plans.
I kind of felt like I could actually breathe again. Now I feel like we can clearly see what we need to do.
We know it's not going to be easy, but we do know that it's possible.
So glad we were able to come up with a plan to get the Moores on the right track and working toward their financial goals.
Having a plan now, we feel much more confident about our future.
Our debt seemed like it was getting out of control, but now we have an idea how we can get out of it and just finally stop the cycle. We're changing our behavior and how we spend money.
We're even making small changes, like bringing our own lunch. It's given us a clearer path. This is when you were born. Olivia's dance recital. This plan really works for us. It's going to help us continue to make memories for our kids. This is when we got Elsa.
Oh, and this is
that's at the fair. At the OC fair. And you guys were tigers.
I'm so happy to see the Moores feeling more positive about their financial future. I'm excited for all the amazing family experiences they have to look forward to. You can protect your family's financial future. Visit mymoneyplanners.tv to get started today.